All right, welcome back to Terrible at Technology. Today we're going to talk about how to compare graphic cards or GPUs. So we'll be right back. All right, so we're going to talk about how to. Graphic cards are really confusing. There's so many. There's really two big companies, AMD and NVIDIA, out on the market, although Intel's just joined the race. Now, you guys know I just built me a computer, and I put my old graphic card in there. It's an old NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1066 gigabyte. Excuse me. And the next thing I want to do to it is to upgrade the graphic card. Now, some of you will be interested in gaming. Most people are interested in gaming, but me, I like to create. So I like to do 3D modeling, so I'll be working a lot with that. And then, of course, the two main programs that I actually like to use for video editing is DaVinci and Resolve and Magic's Video Pro. So we're going to go to my desktop here, and I'm going to make me little, and then we're going to go to this incredible website. Now, I didn't even know this website existed until now, so I want you guys to really pay attention to it. Let's see, what do we got? I want to switch. Add an account. Boy, I did not do this on enter my current PIN. I don't even know what my PIN is. I hope that's it. All right, we're just going to go on faith here. So I'm going to move this over, boom, and then we're going to go to my desktop and go here. So this is GPU Monkey, GPU-monkey.com. All right, so basically what you can do here is put in your current GPU or graphics card. The one on my left is the one I currently have inside my computer. And then one that I'm considering. So there's an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 Ti. And it'll give you sort of a basic thing right here on it. But if you hit versus, watch this. This is so cool. Now it's going to tell everything I want about these cards and what they're good for, and the different stats on them. Notice here the teraflops, 4.38 as opposed to 16.2. If you keep scrolling down, sorry about all these pop-ups, because that's what happens on this particular website. This will go through a whole lot of different things, like streaming multiprocessors. I currently have 10, but if I buy this one, I can get 38, which is great. Shaders, these are what we call CUDA cores. CUDA cores are important when it comes to modeling and rendering. So 1280 is currently what I've got. I can quadruple it at 4864. Not bad. Render output units, all this stuff has tells me it'll be a big deal, even though I'm only going from 6 gigabytes to 8 gigabytes. But the difference here is the memory and the bandwidth. Look at that, memory bandwidth from 192 to 608. Memory interface is 192 to 256. When you buy a graphics card, you really want 256. It just opens the highway of information for you much wider, and it's much faster. So this particular website will give you everything you need to know between what you've got and what you're thinking about getting. So, including there's a benchmark here too. Let me keep going down. It just keeps going farther. Here. This is the 3D Mark benchmark. And this is how fast it'll render, game speeds, things like that. So currently I don't have a bad card at 4037, but I can triple my speed by going to this particular card. Now, the two programs that I have, so now I can go ahead and just put in Intel A770 and the 16 gigabyte or the Bifrost. Bifrost is really inexpensive right now at only $350. So now, why would I go with an Intel? It's not much of a gaming unit, but what it will do is that the programs that I told you about, the Magics as well as the DaVinci, this card is the best at it. So the stuff that I do, this is kind of when you buy something, know what you're buying it for. So, but this right here, more pop-ups. Notice my streaming processors went up to 512. My shaders, still not bad, 4100, give or take. Just under 4100. The other one was 44, 48, right? So, not bad. My render output is very good. So I go from 48 to 128. Texture units, much better. I have no ray tracing right now, so you get ray tracing on these new GPUs. And again, I want that 256 right there. I really want that. And notice my memory bandwidth, my memory speed, everything doubles and triples and quadruples. When I go from 6 gigabytes to 16 gigabytes of memory size. So now let's go down to, now the benchmark down at the bottom is more for gaming than it is for anything else. But, 3D Mark is, so this one's really for gaming, but it's not bad, 13,749 as opposed to 4,037. So again, I'm more than triple that. And this particular website, GPU-monkey.com, allows you to go ahead. I'll put a link for it down below. It allows you to compare whatever you got now or two that you might be interested in and seeing, all right, where, what is the differences? What am I going to pick up? And is it really suited for me? Now, we can go through all these things, but we're not going to because there's so much on here. You can see I've got, ray tracing, but there is one thing here. Let me see if I can find it. It's here. Where is it? TP. So we got 2 8-pins on that baby. Whew. And takes 225 watts, where this one that I've got now is only 120 watts. So it requires, and I do have plenty of connections for that too, so I'm good. So I'm looking for something very, very specific. Where is it? It's here. It's got to be here. I'm looking for it. It's got ray tracing. It does not have DLSS. Here it is, AV1. Now, AV1 is a video codec that I use in those two programs that I talked about, which is Magics as well as DaVinci, among other programs. I actually use several editing programs depending on what I want to do. But this particular video card has AV1 decode encode. That is a big deal. VP9 decode encode. All this little area right here definitely has a much more positive impact on my my workload. Now, mind you, unless you do editing, you don't really care about these. And specific programs, things like DaVinci Resolve and Magix and others, not Adobe. Adobe's horrible. I mean, I love After Effects, but I mean, it's just not worth it just for After Effects for me to pay that much money for it. So, but you can actually go through this and shop a processor real easy, comparing one or another. So really simple thing. You know, you could go online and look at everybody's reviews, but it never really compares what you have as opposed to what you can have. And you want to look at these things and really there's 3D Mark. So what do we got? 3D Mark benchmark program. And then we've got another one. Numerical value. Yep. Graphics which are determined. So this must be single core, and these are multi-core, I think. Another 3D Mark. So you've got multiple 3D Mark. But notice the big jump. I mean, I'm tripling my ability. I mean, look at this one. This 3D Mark, Port Royal ray tracing. Well, it's because you don't have ray tracing on this particular card, but it says 814 as opposed to 7,193. So, yeah, see, this one's got ray tracing, the other one doesn't. So here's Shadow of the Tomb Raider, 16 frames per second on this one. The new card has an average of 47 frames per second. And that's on 4K. And so this up here is 2K. So it's at 84 frames. At 1080p, it's 110 frames per second. Battlefield 5. So look at all the different reviews that it has. It's just crazy. Okay, so here's Geekbench 5, CUDA, OpenCL, Vulkan, Metal, etc. So this is NVIDIA only, so it doesn't have the Intel on it. They just have that. So, but it really is pretty amazing, this website. So I'm going to put a link to gp-monkey.com down below. And it'll allow you guys to fix this video capture. Boop. Oh, that's me. Silly me. I don't want to do that. I want to do this. Ah, there I am again. This particular website is really nice if you're shopping, so you don't spend too much money. GPUs, there's so many of them. There really is just way too many of them. And we're about to see the 4070 come out this week, in a couple more days. But we're going to, and don't get so crazy because it's a 40 series. The initial reviews on it are not that well. For $600 though, it might be okay, but I think you could do better. So this particular next step in my computer's evolution, that particular website really is a fantastic website for you to look at and compare for GPUs. Oh, look at that. I'm out of focus. Let's see if I can get back into focus. Focus, hocus pocus, focus. Come on. There's my hand. Oh, there I go. Got a bobblehead you. So I want you guys to check that out. And if you have any questions, please post below about GPUs, graphic cards. There's so many questions you can ask about them. You know, which one is the best with the processor that you have. If you don't match the right processor to it, you can have what's called bottlenecking, and it just sort of chokes it. So if you have this like 4090, which is the top of the line, $2,000 graphic card, and you throw it on an i3 Intel, well, that's kind of silly, because the i3 cannot feed it information fast enough for it to be utilized. So you really need to be able to match one to the other. You can really, really limit the GPU's ability. So I want to thank you guys for stopping in. Please hit that link below if you're looking for a new GPU, and compare what you have inside your computer to what you could have out on the marketplace. Be surprised how affordable these things are. That Intel Bifrost by Asus is only $350 for a 16 gigabyte card, but mixed reviews on gaming, but fantastic reviews on programs that I use. So really, you need to pick what's best for you and not for everybody. Don't get caught up in the hype. So I want to thank you guys, and we will see you guys next time.